Here is a cube. A cube has 6 faces and they're square faces. These are the edges of a cube and these are the corners of the cube. Here is the net of the cube and you can see the 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I fold this net, it forms the cube. Here is a cuboid. A cuboid has 6 faces, but they're not all squares. In this example, 2 of the faces are squares at the ends. One here and another one at the back. But it doesn't need to be a square. It can be a rectangle, either shorter or longer. And again, these are the edges and the corners. Here is the net of the cuboid. If I fold this net, it folds into the cuboid. Next, we look at the pentagonal prism. The pentagonal prism has 2 pentagons. The pentagon is a 5-sided figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 corners. And we have one pentagon on this end and another pentagon on the other end. In between, we have either rectangles or squares. And there are 5 of them. Here is the net of the pentagonal prism. We can count the rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for each side of the pentagon. And here are the 2 pentagons. When we fold this, it folds into the pentagonal prism. 1 rectangle for each side of the pentagon. And there are 5 rectangles. Here we have a triangular prism. A triangular prism has 2 triangles at the side. So in this example, this is one triangle and on the other side is another triangle. And in between here we have either square or rectangular faces. So here is the net of the triangular prism. You can see that there are 3 either squares or rectangles. In this case it's 1, 2, 3. And the 2 triangles. These 2 triangles are exactly the same in size, in measurement, and in angles. They are the same triangles. They don't have to be equilateral triangles, but they have to be the same size. And if we fold this net, it folds into a triangle like this, like a tent. The 2 rectangular sides fold out like this, like a tent, and then the triangles at the side cover up to form a solid. Let us look at the cylinder. The cylinder is a round cylinder, a round solid with 2 circles at the ends. So one circle here and the other circle at the other end. Here is the net of the cylinder. It's actually a rectangle. The net is a rectangle. This is the length and the width of the rectangle. When we roll this rectangle up, it forms a cylinder when it's rolled up. And the 2 ends here, the length of this rectangle forms the circumference of the circle. The circumference of that circle is actually the length of the rectangle. And the width of this rectangle becomes the height of the cylinder. We have here a hexagonal prism. A hexagon is a 6-sided figure. So we're going to count the edges of this hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there are two of these in a hexagonal prism. One hexagon and another hexagon on the other side. In between the two hexagons are either squares or rectangles. In this example, they're squares. Here is the net for the hexagonal prism. So the two hexagons here and here. And each side of this hexagon is attached a square. And there are 6 of them. So when I fold this hexagon into a solid, it forms the hexagonal prism. The top just closes like that.